Have a bit of a questionable day here on the central coast of New South Wales. I hope you are having a bit better weather where you are. We are on a few, we're on a damaging winds watch or warning.
I need travel-sized toiletries. Time to cart my carry-on for my vacation.
You think I would have checked that was mute, which I did twice, and my replay screen still is not mute. But happy Saturday. I hope everyone is really well. I am here because I had Stampin' Up box delivered just before I went out yesterday, and I have opened the box, but I haven't opened the products in the box. So as I said on what day? On Thursday, I would come on and do an unboxing. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ellen Woodbridge, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here on the central coast of New South Wales in Australia. Now, what I do have to show you today isn't quite available to customers yet, but there is a way that you can get them. So the products I'm showing you are the Fitting Florets suite or collection, and these will be available on the 1st of November to customers. Now on Thursday, I did talk to you, hello Miss Maureen, I did talk to you about our Starter Kit Plus promotion at the moment. Now at the moment, for $169, you get $283 worth of value in your kit. So that means you can get, because this is on Demonstrator pre-order at the moment, you can get the Fitting Florets, potato, you can get this collection minus one product in Australia at the moment, but you can get this as part of your starter kit. Hello Miss Kay, how are you? Happy Friday to you who haven't hit Saturday yet. I can tell you it's a bit of a questionable day here. Hey Shaz, how are you? You and Kay don't sleep. You and Kay need to chat with each other because you're on exactly the same time zone. Hello Miss Sheila, long time no see. How are you? Sorry, I've got someone at my door. Yes, Owen, I'm on live video. Talk to Dad and Lav. There you go. They're just organising lunch because it's lunchtime here. And I am here to have some fun. No, you can't sleep. Neither can Shaz. Neither can Shaz, and you're both in the UK. So, yeah. I knew what you'd say. I knew what you say. And my comments are working beautifully. Hello, Elena. How are you? You've been working rally. Working rally. Can I have some more explanation about that? Hello, Miss Bonnie. How are you? Hello, Leslie. Thank you all for coming. I think I might be doing some organising today as well as showing you the new products. So what I think I am going to do, a motorcycle rally. Okay, that makes total sense. You and your spider, you go on some amazing adventures. Hello, Corinne. Hello, Miss Lorraine Morgan. How are you? Let's flick around. I will show you the products. We will open them. I'll do a tinsy bit of organisation with them, just so you know how I show them, how I store them. It's Saturday, my brain hasn't engaged yet apparently. So tell me what your plans are for the weekend, because mine is crafty, and I would love to know what you were doing. Oh my god, that is, oh, it's just a 2-layered white top. Thank you. And it's got funny sleeves. I know, it's a comfy one. I didn't know what the weather would do today, so I hedged my bets, and if I get cold I can put on a cardigan. So yes, or a jumper. I don't know what you guys call them, a jacket, whatever. So let's flip around, open up these products and do a bit of organising and have a bit of a first play. So who out of my friends has already had some sneak peeks at this suite? Because I know I quite often will watch and have a look at someone else's opinion. Hello, Shari. How are you? Same jumper cardigan. Yeah, well, I thought that's right, Shaz, because most of our words are pretty much the same because most of us are convicts. Well, I don't think we are free settlers. We don't have a convict background in either side of my family, because my other side, my dad's side of the family came over. Oh, yes, Bathurst. Lav is, oh, sorry. Lavender is watching Bathurst. Can we all please talk to my phone? You saw a video, Corinne? Yes, I'll probably watch a bit of Bathurst later. Okay, now go in. It doesn't want to go in today. There we go. We're in. And I just had to kind of weirdly twist my stand here. Right, fitting florets. Let's try that. That's a little bit better. Do a titch of a zoom. Pretty paper and the frames, yes. That's what I wanted to play with, was the frames. I'll turn off the light and I'll be back. But I'm also excited about some of the limited edition products. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go in a little bit more. There we go. Happy with that zoom today. So this, turn off my heat because the door is closed because everyone's having their lunch. So this is the collection. So the collection includes, now available November 1st, or if you sign up as a demonstrator, you can get it now, or if you are a demonstrator, you can get it now, or if you don't want to do any of those things and just be a customer, and that is totally fine with me, November 1st, okay? The collection includes some product that will be in the January to June new mini catalogue, which I haven't seen yet. I won't see that till November on stage, and it includes some limited supply or limited time. It'll only be available till the 4th of January or while stocks last products. So we have a bundle, a stamp set, some 12 by 12 paper, and some gold adhesive back swirls. That's the product I don't have. So we'll just have a look on paper first. So this bundle, the stamp set and the dies, this is available now, as I said, to demonstrators and anyone who signs up, or on November 1st. And this is the bundle that will be in the mini catalogue starting in January. The gold swirls, the framed and festive stamp set, and the fitting florets designer series paper is only available during this promotion. So I'm hoping that makes sense. Hey Darlene, I'm hoping that makes sense. So yes. I'm sorry you're cold, Kay, but it's also very early, so I can imagine why it's cold. Okay, so that is what's available. The you always get, if you buy the bundle, 10% off, and then we have our limited only. So obviously if you buy them as of, we're hoping to get the swirls in next week, but if you want to buy the collection, there is just one number that you can use to get the collection, but I didn't use that number because I bought those 4 products without getting the gold. Okay, so let's have a look. I haven't even opened the papers. I have taken the plastic off the dies and I flipped over the stamp sets to see what type they were, even though they tell us on the front. So let's have a look at the bundle first. So this is the framed florets, or florets, whichever way. Oh, yours is in transit. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, yes, I know. I don't even know what I'm doing today, so you guys might be helping me. We have these gorgeous floral and leaf images, which are gorgeous. So you can use these clusters on their own, or you can build them out to be a bit more using the additional stamps. Love the mixed font as always, and I like that this font looks a little bit more, even though it's block letters, it's a little more handwriting, because it's not perfect. So it's definitely not computer generated. Now this is a photo polymer set. So I'm going to do what I always do with my photo polymer sets. And as you can see here, the backing paper is printed on. So every stamp has a place. So I am going to not drop the stamp, but I'm going to put each stamp on its place. I know a lot of people like to keep them on the plastic sheet. I just find that's one thing extra that I have to deal with when I'm crafting. And having one less thing to deal with when I'm crafting is a good thing. And by putting it in the actual case, I can see if there's anything missing, especially with these photo polymers. They do like to cling to everything. Hey Mary, hey Margine. Oh, yours is coming. That's exciting. I was very surprised. I normally wait up till midnight and pop in my orders. So this was available on Wednesday. I didn't put my order in till like 9:15, something like that on Wednesday. So I was pretty late considering it was available at midnight or somewhere around there. So I was pretty late and it arrived yesterday morning. So yay to our warehousing guys for getting it moved out of the warehouse so quickly. So I was very, very impressed. Okay, 3 more stamps. At least you can see that they do have a very good cling to them. Now, these acetate pieces are very good to keep for watercoloring purposes. I have a whole lot of window sheets, but if you don't have window sheets, you do have a little bit of a cut line on them. So I wouldn't actually keep them and use them for like a shaker card or anything like that. But they are good sheets to keep for techniques, because you can put ink on them and wet them and splodge them on a card to transfer ink. So that is a framed florets done, and I'm going to have trouble with this name for the next 8 months. Okay, so this is the die set. Ooh, looks like a big one. I think I have 2 sheets. Come on, come out. Okay, and I have the whole thing come out. Because we've got the frames. Okay, so we do have some coordinating pieces, and let me see here. Right. So all the leaves and the flowers have dies. So you can see they're a slightly different colour in the printout. So they have coordinating dies. Yay, that makes life so much easier. And then we have our 3 frames. So 1, 2, and 3. And we do have some detail greenery, which is great. I love detail greenery. That's always, always good to have. So I've got love hearts. We've got this one. And the love hearts don't cut. The love hearts just cut hearts into a pattern. So the only thing that cuts on the love hearts is the hearts, where the stripes and the more ornate frame, you do get cutting pieces out of those. They cut inside and out. So that's good to know. Now, I didn't get this down, but I've just got to pop off to the side and put these on a magnetic sheet. I am still here. I've just got to get down what I require. So I have a pouch and I have a magnetic sheet. So I find, well, especially with this one, because we've got 2 sheets, I don't want the sheets to not have a home and or lose each other. And I find these sticky pieces very sticky and quite hard to get the pieces off. Hello, Jen. How are you? Oh, you were sewing. Tell us what you're sewing. Thank you for checking in on Kay. I appreciate all the love that we all show everyone. So I do try and keep the nesting the same. So these 3 were all together. So I'm going to put all 3 together again, and I'm throwing out that backing sheet, and then all 4 of these are going to go together as well. And I do often, or every time, I write the name up here, which catalogue, what page and what price. But I don't have a page number at the moment because I haven't got catalogue. So we shall see. Hello, Anne. How are you? Okay. These 2 can come off. They are just going to go like so. And then I'm so glad I closed the door. That fell on the floor. Lucky I have a handy dandy picker-upper that has a magnet tip on it. So that will be picked up in no time at all. But they all fit on my magnetic sheet. I use art bin sheets. Just let me grab that die while I'm thinking about it. So my little grabber got it. Awesome. So these art bin sheets are designed to go in a box. But my friend Jamie, who many of you know, and the kids took my permanent marker. So I can't do what I normally do, but I will grab a sheet, another one, and show you what I do. And then the permanent marker got lost. I think I have one in my stationery box. Doesn't everyone have a stationery box? They're the best things ever. So I put the name and I put the number of dies that's in the set. This one I didn't. The catalogue, the page and the price. So then if I need any of that information, I've got it here. So yes, these are art bin sheets. And then Jamie and I made some bespoke pouches from sheet protectors using a fuse tool. And then I personally just slide them in here, and then I stand them up in a box that I've got. So we've had a look at the bundle. So that bundle is 10% off. Okay. Hello, Bobby. I hope your back's feeling better, my love. No 2 days are the same. Okay. Cool. Sorry, just seeing if I've missed anything in the chat. Almost finished a king size quilt. I have king size stuff on my queen size bed. Okay, so this one is a cling mount. Now, I love this one. This one is absolutely all Christmas. Same font as our framed florets. So exactly the same font, but all Christmas. And because it's all sentiments, they've given it to us as a cling mount red rubber. So I am going just at this stage to show you how I put these together. And I take this out, I take the backing off. Then is this the jolly one? Yep, this is the jolly one. Then I take the sticker off this sheet. I grab a block and I put the sticker on the block. Okay, and then we take our handy dandy take your pick tool, because we know it's my favorite tool, and I remove these backing sheets. And then we pray that I don't have a tremor while I do this. Okay, but we will be fine. So I take my stamp, line it up, so as if I was actually stamping, but we are connecting the sticker and the stamp. And because everything is see-through, there we go. Take this off and it's all connected, ready to go with the sticker. So I'm only going to show you one, because I'll probably have to do another one when we're stamping, depending on what I use, but I will go back and do this. And I do keep all my cling stamps. I'm going to try and find you a set. Cling, brightest glow. Right. So I keep all my cling stamps on this sticker sheet. So once again, I know if anything's missing, because its hole is the hole of where it sticks is going to be empty. So they're just some organization tips that I have. And now I'm just going to pop this back in the box, because we definitely do not want to lose anything. And I will finish that set later. Ooh, that was a big click. Now onto the amazing paper. Look, I haven't opened it. It's still in the plastic. Let's get it out and let it be free.
I didn't get that.
Ooh.
Could you...
Oh, you've never seen that before, Anne. Oh my God, I'm so happy I could show you, because it has been a game changer for me mounting stamps. I cannot remember for the life of me where I learnt it, but I learnt it from someone else's video as well. Yes. Oh, you think that one's the best, Mary? Yeah, there are so many ways to do it, and even in the box it does give you some instructions, but basically it tells you here to put the stamp on the sticker in here, where I just find having our beautiful indented blocks gives you some nice wiggle room to do that. And yeah, and if you do happen to get it a little bit off, I will say mine isn't perfect. It's a little bit over on this side. If you really want to, you can trim that off. But that gives me a pretty good guesstimation of where the image is on the other side of the stamp. So it's not perfect. I mean, you may be able to get it perfect, but I certainly don't get it perfect often. So this is called Fitting Florets. Our colours are Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. So, oh, beautiful. Now, what's on our B side? Oh, that's lovely. Okay. So we get 2 sheets of everything. So I'm assuming as normal, 2 sheets of 6 designs. Oh my God, these all need to be red. This is a good colouring opportunity. But at the moment, my upline borrowed my real red markers, my blends. Okay, we've got that pretty Blushing Bride on the back. Oh my God, the blue and the green. That's gorgeous. That's like a night scene of flowers. That's very moody. I like that. Oh, and then we've got that very subtle soft succulent leaf. Ooh. Now I'm thinking what I want to make. It's all going through my head. So we have a shrunken down version of the florals. Oh, nice geometric on the back with the dashes. That's quite nice. Oh yes, Leslie, it's gorgeous. Oh, this is nice as well. So I like that they've sort of gone for a multicolour and then a blue theme. Because that would, because it is sort of around the Christmas period, we could certainly make some non-traditional Christmas cards. That's gorgeous. And then we have a classic gingham on the back, and that is in Evening Evergreen. And that, if it looks out of focus, it's because it actually is. It is meant not to be crisp. So there's nothing wrong with the focus of my phone. It's just how the paper is. Okay, so let's put these back. Then I've got to decide what I want to use. Oh my God, it's so hard. Though I definitely love these. These are a great Christmas pattern. Great quick colouring opportunity with those. Ooh. And I do have, I've got these paper holders from Amazon, and I linked them in a video recently. Someone did ask me, and I don't have David's Amazon account open. Just give me 2 shakes and I'll see if I can get the link from these, because the art bin ones are fairly easy to come by. This 12 by 12 paper storage is not so easy. So if I have a look at my comments, although I get a number of comments. I'm going to have a quick look. So that is the suite. So we've got the paper, the 2 stamp sets, and the dies. And the dies are called framed florets as well, because I think we're making changes to keep the names of the dies and the stamps exactly the same. Where did I get those pockets from? Okay, so I have the link and it is coming to you right here because I know someone will ask. 12 by 12 paper pouches, I'm going to call it, because it definitely is a pouch. Yes, that's exactly right. And that is the address that I get them from. So you have that in the live comments. Now, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're liking what you're seeing. And please make sure YouTube has been a little bit annoying and has been dropping people's subscriptions and notification preferences. So please make sure you are subscribed and that you are following me to get notifications of when I go live or when I upload a video. Because I do go live at least once a week. This is my second time live. This week, well, technically my third time because I did something last Sunday, and when I upload as well. So, are we going to go framed florets or framed and festive? Which stamp set are we using? Now, I'm going to put this in a poll, which stamp set. I loved playing with the poll last time. Or framed and festive. We're definitely going to be using the frame dies, so don't worry about that. Oh, hold on, Kay. Ask my community. Do it in the poll. So I'll give you a couple of minutes. I've got a really dry throat, so I'm going to have a bit of a drink. And please, oh my God, that's overwhelming. That was very quick, guys. So let me see if I can open this. 88% want framed florets. Okay, I'll definitely be playing with framed and festive though. 90%. Rightio. You have all spoken. So this we have birthday thank you. So lucky to call your friend. There are many of you here. Actually, I'm happy to call all of you friends. For a special person on a special day. That is very multi occasion. Just a little reminder that you are loved and celebrate. Now, frames. This is what I have to work out. So I think I have to use this frame, don't I? It has to be this one. Now, I had that out today, and I did put it back. It's hiding. So we have to use this big, beautiful, ornate frame. But one thing I did want to have a look at the sizing. I'm just going to move the paper for a second and check some sizing. Because are they the same? Not quite. So the striped one is smaller than the large one. So that's good to know. And then our heart one doesn't cut. So that's white base paper. You girls, I did get a comment on that, on this beautiful paper, on this. So I'm thinking maybe we're using this because it's just gorgeous. Okay, so let me think. Do we want a metallic frame? Riding your bike now, hard to type. Not a problem. That's why I thought a poll will be good. I'm going to end the poll. So 92% are framed florets and 8% framed and festive. So end that poll. So thank you so much to you guys for voting in that. I appreciate it. I'm thinking I'm going to grab some silver. Now, this is a little hard. I've just got to... Actually, I shall just remove this paper for a second. Oh, and another thing I got in the box were some phone grips, some pop sockets. Because Stampin' Up! 2 demonstrators have pop sockets, which are amazing. I find them with my hands very easy to use, and because you know I did get a new phone, and the pop socket I put on to start off with didn't want to stick. So far so good on this one, and the fact I'm repping Stampin' Up! Is great. So if you're a customer and you would like one of these, contact me and we'll work something out. It is such a gorgeous frame, Cherie. You are exactly correct. So I have my silver foil. So you do actually get 3 different silvers. You get your matte silver, which I'm thinking, oh, I didn't mean to crease that. Oops. You get your classic silver, a very dark steel silver, and then you get your matte silver. I'm thinking the matte silver, no, the hue isn't quite right, because I want to cut out a couple of these frames. Maybe silver isn't right. Let me check the dark. Talk to me while I'm showing these. The dark one. Let me have a look. Yes, the dark one. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so I am going to do a bit of stacking with these, with this frame. And this will probably be the only die, possibly, that I use on the card, but I will use some of these flowers. Don't you worry, because these ones especially match the paper perfectly. And I'll even put the paper off to the side. What colours, what blue colours did we say we were playing with? Night of Navy. Okay, so let me find my Night of Navy. Oh, I do have a couple of big scraps, which will be really, really helpful to what I want to do, because these are scored. I don't know what I was using these for, but they do have score lines in them, and it doesn't matter that they do, because these are not going to be the showcase. These are going to be behind our foil layer. Okay, machine, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, my best buddy in the craft room, besides Louisa, of course, because I think she is outside quite possibly supervising David practicing karate. So we'll need our number 1 base plate, our number 2 cutting plate, and then 2 of our number 3 plates, as you can see, very well used. So we are going to cut this. Is this, it's wide enough if we pop it on an angle. Saved by rotation. Now, I wouldn't normally, but because I am using foil paper and I don't want it marked, I'm coming backwards. But I trusted that this die would actually cut perfectly with 1 pass. And by the looks of it, it has. So we have 2 pieces. We have our oval and our frame. Now, I am just going to, I do just use my little spatula end to clean this plate. I cannot believe I've had my cleaner here this morning and I am making little bits of mess. So I want to probably get 2 or 3 more layers of this. Perfect, love the dark. Good, good, good. I'm glad. Hey, Bev. Hey. Oh, no, no one else. Sorry. Hey, Bev. Oh, this runs through. Oh, my plate's totally skew if I'm really fighting this plate. Hold on. I think that moved to, had that already cut? No, it hadn't. Damn. I'm just going to pop that back in, straighten the plate, and catch that back end. Oh my dear word, what did I do there? I don't think anyone really wants to know that I just shaved some of that off. Right. Don't know what's going on today. That was maybe a little bit harder than I wanted it to be. No, that did not work at all. That moved. But I did get a beautiful oval. So that's fine. Let's just try that again. I knew it didn't feel right. I felt all wrong. That is something you need to trust your instincts when something doesn't feel right. And stop and not do what I just did. Geez, I have a really, really dry throat today. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking popping this in on an angle is actually a really, really good thing, like when I did it the first time. Oh my God, so much better. Okay, and we're going to have a couple of ovals from this, but that's fine. Oh, actually, maybe that oval isn't so great. Now, on second look, perfect oval that I'm actually not going to use. I am going to take my die brush and just brush this out of the die over my bin. So this hopefully will remove a lot of the little pieces out of the die, making it easier to die cut. Yeah, I can hear all of those pieces. So most of those pieces just came out rubbing the die brush through the ejection points. Okay, next section. So I want a bit of a raised frame, which is why I'm doing this multiple times. So I'm thinking if I have 3 navy and then my silver one. Okay, so pop my oval out and then I'm going to do my die brush over the bin again. And it really does, the frame really does just pop out. And I just want to get a few of the bigger bits out. And out of here, we will get one more. Pop that all in place. Put our top plate on. And I think I also want to run this through, possibly with vellum. So then I'm thinking of doing an embossed vellum piece, but maybe that can wait until I've built the frame. We can always get this out again to get it cut. We will see. Okay, so you can see I've got a little bit of cardstock in there. Just run this over, give it a roll along, because this is really what our die brush is for, is to get the bits out of the die. I know it works really well to get our bits out of our paper, but it really is meant to eject the pieces out of our die, which I have just done. Okay, so I've got lots, just a few bits here, not too much. Scrape those into the bin, because you also don't want them to embed into your plate, because then you can cause impressions with subsequent die cutting, and I know I don't want that in my die cutting. Okay, I am just going to not do that. Plate straight, much better. Pop this on the floor in case I need it again. And I'm definitely going to need the vacuum cleaner in here for the second time today after I finish this project. I think we're going to need our big rubbish here and just try to eject all of these. They're cut through really well. They just need a titch of a poke. And the reason why I don't want to use the die brush is because it will curl the frames. I don't want to curl the frames. That's the one thing when I use the die brush on the paper. It does like to curl it because obviously it is round. Just a couple more over here. No, there's one there too. And there's one down here. It's almost out. Oh, there's a couple. Keep on finding more and more and more. Okay, I can see through everything. This one, I can see through everything. Awesome. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference if I had to run it through twice. I may have got more out, but I also may have had a chance of having the die move, which we saw in the first one. I didn't want that to happen. I'm just supporting the paper close to where I'm piecing because I don't want it to rip or bend or anything like that. I do want to keep it nice and strong. Now, if I had been thinking, I would have also put a sticker sheet on that piece of navy paper to turn these into stickers. But I wasn't thinking. I was getting far too excited and I just wanted to cut. So now I have to be very strategic where I put glue on these, but that's okay. Yes, vellum. Okay, good, Shaz. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, I do have the die mat. I'll show you with this one because this one has significantly more pieces. I just really, for the amount that you've got to roll over it, I really, and then I'll show you, this all sticks to the foam because this is the piece, this is the mat you get with the dye brush. But I really just feel, yes, it's a little quicker, but when I try, oh, it's calling me a liar. Normally when I try to get everything off, it all sticks, but no, not today. You've got the best advice, Cherie, but that's okay. So that's not bad. And they're all in my recycling bin already, so they're not going to end up on the floor. I am going to bring in my silicone mat and we're going to build up this frame. No, I may need that. So, yes, I'm going to use wet glue. And we're just going to find some strategic places to place little dabs of our glue. And the reason I'm doing it on a silicone mat, so my whole area doesn't get gluey. At least on the silicone mat, I can literally roll the glue off. So I'm going to place this down as closely as I can, and then I can use this piece to wiggle them into place so it just looks like one piece, although that one isn't, that side isn't quite lined up. Just trying to move it before the glue goes off. Okay, so that's 2 layers. We're going to do, whoa, that's a good thing about silicone mat. If you've got too much glue, I've literally just scooping this up and I'm not even squeezing the barrel. I've used all that glue. I'm just going to pop that this way. And as you're putting it down, try to line it up the best that you can. It likes to be sliding. It doesn't matter because the glue's all there. The glue is on all your pieces. Okay. There we go. That is looking really, really good. Now, to give this a good squash, you could use something really, really heavy. I'm going to use my big F block here. Make sure that's all right. Give that a really nice push, and you can see that I've got a thicker piece because I'm 3 bits of cardstock thick, and then I'm going to add my silver foil piece on the top. Now, once again, I'm still not squeezing, so I think I'll need to give it a titch of a squeeze now, just a titch. Now this glue will dry clear, so don't worry that you can see the white in the glue now. I think I need a bit more up here. There we go, because it will dry clear. Okay. So I chose the Night of Navy because it goes with the cardstock and it's nice and dark, that it won't compete with the silver foil. If we had it done white, it may have competed just a little bit. So this is the layer that you really want to look its best. So there we go. We have our 4 layers. So you can see that. I can pop that aside now. And where is my piece of paper? Okay, my piece of paper's here. I'm going to cut it into a card front size. So that's just 1/4 of an inch smaller than our actual card base. So I'm probably going to put this on white, just because you've got those nice touches of white here. So I go 10 by 14.3 and a titch. I say 13.35. Now, pop this up here for just a titch. So this frame is quite large and it is going to take up a fair bit of the image, which is why I was thinking vellum before, because we could, you know, if we put that there, you miss a lot of the designer series paper. Okay, or even if we pulled in one of these, which I wouldn't use anyway because they do have lines through them, you lose a whole lot. So I was thinking like embossed vellum. Just my thought. Hello, Paula, how are you? These are brand new ones, Paula. They are the fitting florets. They are available to customers as of the 1st of November. If you're a demonstrator or you sign up as a demonstrator between now and November, you can either pre-order them or add them to your starter kit. And we do have our starter kit plus promotion. So if you join my team for $169, you get $283 worth of products, which is $49 more than normal, and you could add this whole suite. So I'm glad you like it. That's okay, Barbara, not a problem at all. I wish I had a little lolly or a lozenge or something. Okay, I'm just looking for my vellum, so I've gone quiet looking for my vellum because it's being painful. Very vanilla vellum. I don't know that I have a wide enough scrap. Just let me know. Nope, none of my scraps are particularly, well, maybe I have a winner. That one and this one are perfect. So this is why I keep my scraps, because when you just need something one-off, you can just dip in, and rather than cutting into a full piece, I have exactly what I need here. And I am just going to put my piece of vellum on something so both you and I can see what we're doing. So I am just going to use this oval that came from this die to... So do we want birthday or a thank you card? I think David just kicked Louisa because she was in the way. So I do. I have a bottle of water right here. I am drinking my bottle of water here. So let's try another poll, and we can go birthday card or thank you card. Okay, I've put it up in a poll, so vote please. And I think they're both going to fit perfectly, because I think I'm doing a landscape card, and these are both orientated landscape. So thank you with all your heart. And then we have wishes for a beautiful birthday. Oh, birthday's winning. Wow, I'll put away the thank you then. Okay. That was a little bit too easy. Okay. 70%. Let's see. That's 30% thank you, 70, or I didn't even spell thank you correctly, but that's okay. Now let's get our little embossing box here. So this is the embossing toolkit that's available in the mini catalogue at the moment. I am really hoping that it carries over to the main catalogue actually. So I'm being very generous with the embossing buddy because it needs to be. So I'm going to end this poll. My next question, and I am going to put it up as a poll, and I'm not going to tell you which one. We're talking about embossing. So I've got a choice of 2 different colours. And I'm going to stand up and grab both. So the next poll is silver or white embossing. So I'm just going to come over here and grab both pots. And then you guys can make the choice, because they're out of 2 different kits. All white embossing's winning at the moment at 67%. So if you want silver embossing, it is in our metallics kit, and you get copper, gold and silver. And in our basics you get clear, white and black. Oh, it's getting a bit tight, 62%. White is still winning though. 62 to 38, great. So let me grab my white embossing powder. I will need my Versamark ink. And just while I get everything, I will keep the poll open. So Versamark ink, and just behind all of you in my computer, I will grab my heat tool. So my heat tool is here on the stand. 60-40. I'm going to end it right there. We're definitely white. Thank you all so much for doing these polls. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I don't need to run my fingers over this as such because we're using the Versamark. I know it's a new ink pad, and we're hoping and praying that this goes correctly because I'm not using my Stamparatus. So I do want to basically center this, make sure I have a nice impression. It may have shadowed. I may have wiggled it just a bit, but because we're embossing it, it's going to be a little bit more bold anyway. So I may have moved just a titch, and we won't know until we put the embossing powder on what it's actually like. That looks good. That looks really good. I knew my mistake would be covered by the embossing powder. So because I was only doing one small tiny thing, but by the looks of it, I did miss the Y there. Seems to have got it now. Okay, I'll just pop it on there for the moment. Whatever is left there can just be taken over to the bin. And while I do that, I'm turning on my heat tool to heat up, because that's a great trick. All the embossing powder's stuck. I'll clean that up with the baby wipe later. That's the great trick, is you want to preheat, because you can easily burn vellum, and I'm going to be smart and use my tweezers so I don't burn my hand. Okay, so I've got my tweezers, my hand is a lot further away, and we are just going to keep the heat tool moving and just wait till it starts to melt. You want to see it be shiny. You don't want it to look grainy. So you can see now it's just starting to melt, and I do move on as soon as it's melted, because if you overheat it, especially on cardstock, it does, so you can see there it's nice and bold, and we just want to let that cool down, which will be pretty quick because it is vellum. So finish with all of this, pop that behind me. Yes, actually, do you know what I should try? Because yes, this shows up beautifully over what we are going to use it for, which is the paper. Now I'm going to feel the back. That feels stone cold, so that cooled down really, really quickly. The die. So we're going to use the die again. This is why I did not put away my friend. So what we want to do is place this down. And this will actually hopefully also help any warping issues. Now it doesn't matter because I'm just using the oval, so I'm not interested in the rest of the bits and bobs that are going to punch out, because I literally just want the oval. Now don't even think about it. Can just see these big pieces of vellum are already popping off. Okay. I will clean up these plates later. I do have a partial frame that came out perfectly as well, so we know this frame works with vellum beautifully. So let's get back to what we're looking at doing here. I don't know that I want to use these stamps unless I just stamp, like ghost stamp them with white pigment ink, because this is going to be interesting to adhere. Didn't think about that bit, did I? Did not think about that bit at all. But what I do want to do is have this sitting under a couple of blocks. Hopefully that will flatten that out for me. Looks perfect. It is perfect, and I'm most happy with that. Now, do I stamp some of these around with our white pigment ink, which will just leave like a ghosty effect? I know the fonts are beautiful. Do you know what I could do? I am going to do a test just to see. This is also why we have scrap. This is exactly why we have scraps. So I'm going to grab my white pigment ink. So this is our craft ink, which is pigment based. I'm hoping I have ink in here. If not, I will re-ink this. And I just want to give it a go. Don't want to wreck this piece. Oh, am I getting any? I am getting white ink. So that shows up lovely. I'm going to show you. So we can do a little bit of cluster stamping around the edge. So it'll be subtle, but it will give some detail to that vellum piece. So do we like that? And I'll just need to dry the vellum with the heat tool. So we've got our two different sized flowers, and I've got my leaves as well that I can add in. This is just coming together. So I think I want to use just one leaf, and I want to use this one. And I think that will complement the white embossing perfectly. You can't see it very well. Oh, it's there. It's not meant to be bold. I mean, I could emboss it, but then I don't want to take away from the sentiment. So, yes, it is just very subtle, Corinne, which is kind of what I want. You like it? Yes, for sure. Right. Okay. Now, I've got my 3 stamps, and these will definitely need to be cleaned in the Stampin' Scrub. I was definitely trying to line something up here. So, just be careful. You just want a nice up and down. I will grab a dark piece and show you that in a second, because I can see what I'm doing. I know you guys will find it a little hard, but I'm just building up. Now, it doesn't matter if I go over the embossing, because it's just white on white. I just don't want to smear what I'm stamping. And just a little bit out there. So let me grab this piece just before I dry it, and you can see that I've just created that pattern. So hopefully you like that. And you can, I love how the leaf is and some of the flowers are going into the sentiment. So it just gives it a bit more definition, and I probably will add a little something in the middle of the flowers that will hopefully serve as a an adhesion point for me. And I do have the classic matte dots that would work quite well for that. Scissors, close this ink pad. And for ink drying, we have 2 settings. I'm hoping, I can't quite get this through enough, but we have 2 settings. We have our hot setting, and then we have our 1 setting, which is for drying ink. And I am going to try and find my tweezers, my other tweezers. Okay. So I really just want to not see this ink shiny. And it's got a very, very low blow. It's actually drying really, really quickly. And it almost looks like the vellum was pre-printed. It's really quite pretty. So I'm just keeping it moving because we really don't want to over melt the embossing powder either. So the ink drying, especially with the pigment ink, does take a little while, but it is definitely worth it. And I also do use this when I print colour on my vellum. I just grab out my heat tool and just sit here and have a bit of a dry. Okay. And my embossing powder looks nice and safe, and I will say 95% of this is currently dry. Oh, wrong way. So I'm going to get a thick basic white card base, and oh goody, I have landscape ones. Perfect. And this is going to go just like that. Now I know it looks a bit harsh, but we've got all our other white pieces, and we've got so much dark that I really want to tie in that white. So I've got the white leaves in the paper, and I just want to tie all that white together. So I'm actually going to put my glue on the card base. Right. Is there a right way and is there a wrong way? Not today. No right, no wrong. Sometimes I look at the flowers and they really have a right way and a wrong way. But not today. Okay. I'm not going to do anything with that frame yet. I can still see some white pieces, but that's okay. I'm going to go through. I do have some navy blue dots here, but are they balmy? So I could use navy or balmy, or I have the classic matte dots, and I've got those in white. Your red rhinestones aren't going to be helpful. I've got pearls as well. I've got the iridescent pearls. Probably not going to do a poll for this one. I think I'm just going to see what you guys think. Okay, that's the end of my embellishments. And my lip gloss kamikazed out as well. Yeah, hello Miss Cheryl, how are you? You kind of got home in time. I'm just at the finishing end and the finishing touch. So hopefully you can see that stamping with this piece behind it. This is where I know this says navy, but it's reading a little bit more navy than what I would like. See, if I put that on, that's way too blue. The balmy might work. Maybe. You like white or the pearls? Okay. So we just have the white, which I think if this piece is white, we really do need to stick with the white. So let's just do it. Now, I do have I have so many tools on my desk. Balmy is pretty too. Look, maybe if I use 2 balmy, because I've got 4 flowers, so I could use 2 balmy and 2 white. Look, I'll put one of each on and we can see. Actually, the balmy doesn't compete. The white competes. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Balmy for the win. I did not think we were going there. Rightio. Amazing. You never know until you try. And they've just got that, they're faceted. So they do have that gorgeous, they just catch the light. Even though they're solid, the faceting catches the light, which is gorgeous. Okay. Do need to pop that one over. That's great. And now I'm going to flip it over and add glue dots. So then we are ready to go. Now, my scissors I did put back. Hey, Miss Bond was already here, Barmy. Yep. Corinne, Barmy. I know, who would have thunk it? Not me. not me. So I'm thinking I will need to do a bit of a roll and a twist, which means I fold it in half, then I fold it into quarters, and then I just pop it behind. So let me see if I can show you that again. So I just use the end of my scissors, fold it in half, and then I fold that end into quarter, and you get a perfect little dimensionalized glue dot because you've folded it so many times. It adds that titch of dimension. Come on, stay and get off, please. Doesn't want to. How rude. There we go. Coercion. So we're pretty much almost there. Just on the last tinsy bit of assembly, and we are there. So I'm thinking I definitely want to put this vellum on first, and then I will put on the frame. Yep, that's that way. It's really hard to get this straight, actually. Maybe I should have put the frame on first. And then we've got our beautiful steel frame. Gorgeous. Okay. Do want a little something up there because that's not sitting down. So because we have 4, we can always use a rogue 5th, and then I can adhere that top section down, which is just wanting to flip up. Because we've heated the vellum, we have warped it slightly, and these are where embellishments come into their own. So just pop it behind. That glue dot did spread to where I don't want it. Okay, take 2. Okay, perfect. So I still have a little bit of movement, but it is sitting so much better than what it was. Okay, these on here. I don't need the pearls. The pearls were definitely competing, which is what we didn't want. Okay, now where's my glue? My silicone mat's long gone because it is covered in powder because I did something I shouldn't have, but I shouldn't get any glue on my desk because we put so many layers together here. So just grabbing my spots. Okay, and pray for me. It's good because we've got the oval. We've actually got the correct shape to where we want it. And I am going to grab these. Hooray. So these ones unfortunately have score lines in them, so I'm going to discard those, but I'm definitely keeping my silver one. I'm just grabbing out everything that we used. I'm not going to grab out the paper though, because you can see the sheet of paper that we used. I do want to put away this frame. So this is the framed Florets dies, and we used the framed Florets flowers. Now the things that we haven't used today only one thing that we haven't used today is the framed and festive. So this is limited time stamp set that will be available till the, where's my paperwork, till the 4th of January next year. So this will be available 4th of January or while stocks last, okay? It's not my original, someone else said it. A little snot dot. I'm so glad I read that now and not while I was concentrating, Cheryl. Okay. Just pushing, rubbing. That is now staying. Although, yep, that's perfect. That is perfect. So, we've used this, We used the solid faceted gems in the balmy blue, but we get lots of colours. So we've got Evening Evergreen, Pool Party, Melamambo, Petal Pink, Night and Navy, and Balmy Blue. What else did I use, girls? Oh, I used our white embossing powder and our embossing kit, and I used our silver foil. So this is a nice close look at the card. Oh, good, Mary. I'm glad I've inspired you guys. So this is the card. So you can still see the designer series paper through it, but I am very glad I stamped in white. So that is the card. I did not expect to make this card, but I'm very happy. I'll just see if I can get some of that foil. Yes, Cheryl, that's not at the moment. This set isn't available at the moment. It will be available on November 1st. Or you can sign up to be a part of my team and you can get it in your starter kit and get $49 extra in your starter kit this month. So if you're a demonstrator, you can grab it, or if you sign up, you can grab it. If you want to stay a customer, that is totally fine, and you can grab it in November and December and just the very start of January. So thank you so much. We were on for 2 hours, but that was good. We did an unboxing and a card in those 2 hours. So thank you so much for joining me. I had heaps of fun. Thank you for participating in my polls. That was very, very helpful. I love playing with those polls. Who said, what did you say? Oh, yeah, I knew what you were saying, Leslie. It's all good. You're just too excited. So if you have any questions about any of this, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will be happy to answer you and help you out. Have an amazing weekend. I'm going to have to put down this set because I have to design for my class later in the month. So I will put down this set and I will think of more amazing things to do with it, and I will be back with you on Tuesday over on my Facebook page. So if you haven't already gone over there, make sure you like and follow me over there so you get notifications of when I go live. And yes, please, I would love thumbs up if you enjoy watching my unboxing videos, because I've done 2 this week. I unboxed a kit and I've unboxed this new collection. So if you like seeing these, please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and have followed me by hitting the bell to get notifications of when I'm live or when I upload a video. Thank you so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.